So AR Foundation runs on mobile devices. The first device we're going to look at is getting it ready for is Android. So we're going to need to install that Android support. My warning is if you use the beta version of the hubs on Windows, it doesn't do everything correctly. So we're going to just go over to Unity Hub plain version. And what is critical is that you've got, say, in our class, 2020.3 installed, and that 2023 is installed with the right add-ons. And in that case, it's the add-ons for Android and Android SDK and OpenJDK. Once you've clicked this, click Done, then all of that's installed with your installation, which is pretty cool. And really do that, you just click over here, add the latest version, and then as you go through, make sure you go and say, I want those modules under Add Modules. And they install. So once you've got that, there it is. And now when you pick your project, you say, oh, I'm going to do a new Unity project, or I'm going to do my AR Foundation demo. And it'll say 2020.3, and it'll use that with all of the Android features. So I'm just going to do a couple of quick looks through here, and that's essentially gets you going. And that allows you to click on the Android information in the build settings. So you go Android, hit switch platform. Now it's going to switch over to the Android platform, and it gives you information about your app even. So like if you're deploying something to mobile, we need to also look at the player settings down here. The player settings are going to be what's your company name, what's your project name. So you can leave default company, or you can make your own team one company, things like that. It needs to have a version and eventually a default icon and cursor, because those are the icons and cursors that show up on the app itself. So anyway, you can fill in those, but there's a couple key things for mobile. In mobile, we also have to say company, your team name. So Hello XR is another good one. So we got that player, and then I've got some more settings in here that you want to double check. You want to make sure that the AutoGraphics API is enabled. You want the minimum level of Android to be 7.0, and you get, because if you support older devices, you lose features. So you have to pick the right version. So 7.0 is the correct version that you want to have. So anyway, that's the quick note on getting that piece going. And then the stuff that becomes more important is enabling your USB debugging. So this is that, okay, I've got a device that I want to have working. So I'm going to just do a quick little switch over here. So I have my device that I want to run. So I've got, here we go, cool. So what's happening is you need to enable USB debugging for that device. And what happens, I'm trying to get going, is like you plug in the USB cable. So you do need the USB cable to your computer. Once you've done that, it is hooked to it. And you have to enable a few things. So one of them is you have to go all the way to your settings, and then you scroll down to about this phone, and then there's a build number, and you tap build number a bunch of times. It says no need, you are already a developer. But you actually have to tap this like 8 times or 7 times so that you get all your developer settings. And it's just tap, 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 and then now you've got it, yay, you're good to go. But there is one more setting you need to find, which is you need to enable the USB debugging. So that information about debugging is really important to you because you want to know if your app's working or not. So we have to go into search settings or settings system, but you can put developer. So we want that developer window. And it should show up. There it is, developer options, developer settings. So let's go to options. And if we're at developer options, what you're looking for is turning on those options, but critically you need to turn on USB debugging. So you click that, and now you have USB debugging worked. So this is super good because now I'm plugged in, and if we use the default application for the class called AR Project 3D Core, I already have it open. So if I'll show you how to build for that. So let me find my project core. So here's my project. I have this one doing AR anchors. So I just go to File, I go to Build and Run, and because I have the Android set up in the build and run feature, it actually is going to do the job. I'm just going to make a little camera change because it's building in the upper right corner. And it takes a little bit. This is not the fastest operation in the world. And it's almost there. And my phone goes to sleep all the time because it likes to power save. So I may change that to just keep debugging going. There we go. And now you see it actually will go and launch the application. So I have a world point to play with. It fires up the camera, and now I'm looking through the phone and it's starting to do its activities. Anyway, we'll demo the rest of this in class, but this is the getting up and running and building for it. So just to switch my camera back, we'll go back here and basically it's go to File, Build and Run. That's the full fast version. I'm cancel that. And the other is File, Build Settings. There's my Android. And the scene that I want to deploy to the camera. I've got other test scenes, but I wanted to deploy AR anchors. And then I want to build and run it. So that's the deal for getting your Android device set up.